Milk is one of those basic staple items people like to have on hand at all times. In fact, milk is something everyone typically stocks up on before a snowstorm or any other event that's likely to have them housebound for any length of time. Once you've bought a few gallons of milk, though, you know it's not going to last indefinitely. According to dairy packaging supplier Stanpack, unopened whole milk will usually be good for 5 to 7 days after the expiration date printed on the carton or jug, while 2% and skim milk will last for 7 days. Non-fat and lactose-free milks last the longest, up to 10 days past the sell-by date. Once they've been opened, all types of milk should be good for 5 to 7 days, as long as you keep them refrigerated, that is. If you leave the milk out of the fridge for as little as 2 hours, it may start to spoil. While the refrigerator door makes it easy to access some of our most used items, it's also the one part of the fridge that is subject to the most temperature fluctuation. Once that door swings open, your milk goes from below 40 degrees to room temperature, which doesn't do it much good. Anytime the milk warms up, this gives bacteria an opportunity to grow, and this, in turn, speeds up the process of spoilage. So what spot in the fridge is best for storing milk? Real Simple suggests the back of a shelf in the lowest part, as this tends to be the coldest area. Even if this does mean you have to bend over and reach to the back each time you want a drink of milk, it's worth it. Oh yeah, and shut the door as soon as you grab the milk too. Mum was right all along. Standing there with the door open really does let all the cold air out, and this won't benefit your milk or anything else in there. If you buy way more milk than you're likely to use before it does go bad, there's always the option of freezing it. In order to freeze milk successfully, though, there are a few things you'll need to be aware of. The first thing is that milk, like any liquid, will expand when frozen. So if you plan to freeze it in its original container, you'll need to pour off a few inches before doing so. Reseal the container, making sure it's airtight, and then store it away from any other items that might transfer unwanted odors or flavors to the milk. Next to the ice cream should be okay, but right up against the frozen fish is not so good. When it's time to take your milk out of the freezer, you should thaw it overnight in the refrigerator. Thawing anything at room temperature makes for a bacteria breeding ground. Your thawed milk may tend to be somewhat lumpy due to the fact that the fats have separated from the liquid, but a good shaking or a whirl in the blender will help the milk regain its former texture. If it's still too weird for you to drink, you can always use formerly frozen milk in cooking. If your milk has gone really off to the point where it's actually rotten, you'll definitely know it.
I think you'd just feel better if you threw up. I don't have to throw up.
If the milk is just starting to taste a little bit sour, though, you can use it for baking, no problem. Some recipes even call for sour milk, since that slight sourness adds a little extra flavor. Chef Dan Barber of NYC's restaurant Blue Hill, a well-known advocate of zero kitchen waste, told NPR that cooking with sour milk is delicious and suggested it as a substitute for buttermilk. This means you can use your sour milk to make yummy biscuits, fluffy pancakes, tasty fried chicken, and even a new and improved version of boxed mac and cheese. And you won't have to feel guilty about letting perfectly good food go to waste. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.